Guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. We're excited. You're the last team we get to talk to. We have to savor it in. We gotta get the whole rundown from you guys. But very excited to hear about the team that you've assembled this year. Obviously, return a lot of important players, but attack the transfer portal as well. What went into your mindset in building this roster this season?
Needing some depth. So wanted to make sure that we can bring in kids that we knew had the experience and could get on the court right away to help us get this thing turned around.
So how does that depth help at practice as you guys get ready for the year? Just that competition aspect of going up against each other and every single player pushing each other right now, Coach.
It's actually been amazing because we have switched up the teams so much, and it makes for a very competitive practice. They actually would rather practice versus each other rather than practice players at times. So we're at the point now where we're kind of tired of playing each other now. We're ready to get out there and compete. We just had our first scrimmage, had a really good showing. So yeah, it just makes for a really competitive practice. Um, Building the camaraderie, the kids pushing each other, encouraging one another. Yeah, just getting ready to put our product out on the floor.
What stood out in that scrimmage? Obviously, I don't need specifics, but what stood out about your group and what impressed you when you got to see them up against somebody else?
The biggest thing is the love for each other that they have, cheering one another on, celebrating the really positive things that we've been working on in practice, executing our offense, like the easy, like the simplest things. One of our returning post players who has really improved a lot, just like snatching rebounds or going for blocks, like that's the biggest thing that stands out for me.
Coach, I'm
Well, now I
curious
gotta
to
know
know.
who it is. I gotta
Oh
know
yeah.
who your returning post player is before we move on. You gotta tell us about her. Tell us what's improved.
Shania Musho, our 6'4"
What's
post player
impressed you about her
returning.
offseason? What's impressed you the most about her offseason?
Oh, just her will to want to be on the floor. You have some kids sometimes that are kind of complacent and okay with just having a minimal role. But Shania wants a bigger role, and she has shown this summer that she wants that bigger role, and she has come out to compete for it, and she's gotten better.
Coach, I'm curious to know how you think this team is unique to the past two teams that you've had.
So, like I said, just the depth. I think that this is the first team that we've had in these 3 years now that we will be able to shoot the ball better with having our depth. I think the last 2 seasons we heavily relied on the same people. This season, our winning, when it happens, will be done by committee because we do have experience and we do have depth.
Aaliyah, you come back for another year here, and in your first year, what do you feel like is the biggest thing you learned from your first season here last year, and what have you been kind of working on the most this off season?
The biggest thing I've learned is working with Coach P and getting into her system. I it was a big difference for me coming from a different conference and a different style of play. So I would say that's the biggest thing.
Take us inside a Coach P practice and what's it like on a day-to-day basis?
Practice is fun. It can be very serious at times because we like to have fun still while getting work done. They emphasize that basketball is fun. It's the ball does stop eventually for us, so they emphasize this is a business. Get it done. Do what we're here to do and have fun.
What's the biggest thing you guys do to have fun? Is there anything unique you guys do in practice that you wanna shout out and tell us the secrets of?
One thing I do love that we do after stretching, because we have morning practices, like we're up 5 a.m. So that means I'm getting out of my room at 4. But we do play a game, like just a mini game in the morning, probably like 10 minutes, and that's something we do. So,
What was the highlight of your summer? Anything off the court not related to basketball that you did that really stands out?
um, I would say just hanging out with the team. The team is very fun this year. We all get along. So that's just, it's a great thing to have.
Yeah, you guys do bring back. You bring back 7 players from last year, and one in particular that I want to talk about is Mackenzie Joseph, who will hopefully be coming back from injury at some point. I'm hoping. Tell me a little bit about her and what it's been like, kind of watching her go through that recovery and her mindset through it all.
It started out tough. Mackenzie was someone who came in every day and did what she was asked to do. She was not very loud vocally, but she led by example. And this really hurt her when this injury occurred. So she has been busting her butt, working to get back to the court. I hope that we can get her back sooner than later. And so she's in practice every day on the sideline, just talking up her teammates and encouraging them, still trying to become more vocal as she is now considered, upperclassman senior. So she's been trying to take that role on, but it's been really good to see her kind of pull through that and get through the other side and be more optimistic and more positive about it.
Coach, another player, Jayla Kimbrough, she's your leading returner in points and rebounds. What do you want to see from her on both ends of the floor?
I want to see more. I want more from Jayla. She definitely has the potential to do more. I think that she just sometimes just has to slow down and think the game a little more. She's so athletic, so she relies on her athleticism a lot. But I think this summer with the new team has kind of showed her that I can slow down. I don't have to do everything. But yeah, we're expecting Jayla to come out and be all the things, good defensively, a good rebounder. She has that killer mid range. And we hope that she can display that she has worked on her 3-point ball a little more. But yeah, we're expecting Jayla to come out and help lead us.
We've mentioned a few players now, but we didn't get to all of them. Aaliyah, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to have you tell me who's someone who's maybe flying, too under my radar right now that I need to be keeping my eye on more heading into this year.
Too under the radar. I would say me, of course, because that's that's myself. But another player I would mention is Lauren Banks. She's a great asset to our team. She comes in practice every day and just does her best, and I think she'll be a great player for us.
Aaliyah, how has your game got better compared to last year?
I definitely have way more confidence than I had, especially being a newcomer last year. It's like I'm trying to see where I fit in. But this year, I definitely have a bigger role, especially being a leader and being somebody important for my team. And my confidence has gone up, so my playing has gone up even better.
And to her point, I think that Aaliyah's role would have been moved along further last season, but I'm not sure if a lot of people know, but she broke her finger last season. And so that kept her from shooting the ball. And so that's one of the things now that we're getting back from her ability to shoot the three. So she got out on the court and was able to help us defensively, but she wasn't able to add a whole lot shooting the ball wise because she was playing with a broken finger.
How relieved are you to have that skill set back now?
I'm very relieved. I love to shoot the ball. So that was like taking a piece of my game away that I felt like I had to find somewhere else to improve. Like she said, my defense, I definitely improved in that this year. So
yeah, maybe also with the non-dominant dribbling hand. If you're only dribbling with one hand, did it help with that skill set as well?
It did, yes. That's something me and Coach White worked on a lot with my finger being broken. She was like, "You're just gonna dribble with your left hand the whole entire time."
So you guys, you open the season at Oklahoma State, which in and of itself is a very tough matchup considering the group they have, right? But it's also, and correct me if I'm wrong, special because that's the first game you had here in 2023 was against Oklahoma State. Does it feel, I know it hasn't been too long, but is it a little bit of a full circle moment where you get to see, 2 years down the line what this group can do against them?
Yeah, it is. It's nerve wracking at the same time, just as it was when I went into it the first year that I was here. With the new team, in a new program, just not knowing what we were going to display when we stepped out there on the court. But I'm more confident now because I know what we've done all summer, and I know what the team previously, the things that we worked on. But like I said, this year, I just feel like we have more depth. I feel like we can shoot the ball better. And so that was one of the biggest things for us last year. I think we lost 11 games, 10 points or less. So we've just been building on doing the little things consistently, the rebounds, the free throws, and being able to finish and make the easy ones. Because all of those things come back to bite us in the end, and we could have gotten over the hump a lot more if we would have stayed and kind of honed in on those things consistently. So that's, yeah, it is a full circle moment, but this time I'm just a little more confident walking into that building with the product that we'll be able to put out on the floor.
Well, Gallagher Iva Arena, coach, is somewhere I'm familiar with. Grew up in Stillwater. I played at Oklahoma State. So if you need any food recommendations or anything, I got you. I'll tell you them. But I'm curious to know, when you play an opponent in the Big 12 like an Oklahoma State, regardless of the outcome, how does that opportunity help your team get better that you can carry over for the Southland Conference play?
Yeah, I think anytime we get an opportunity to play a stronger opponent, I think, we try to just let our girls know you got to go through the fire, and we got to be battle tested. And definitely our non-conference schedule each year, we've been battle tested. Like I said, we just got to remain consistent at being able to do the little things. We need to be able to find a 5 that's going to get us started, get us going, and then we got to find a 5 that can finish games for us.
Yeah, this year is no different in the being battle tested section of it all. It's not just Oklahoma State. You have USF, who might have a new head coach, but they don't have a new look. They got the same team coming back for this year, so it should be exciting. And then of course LSU, who we were just talking about with another Southland coach. So yep. LSU is facing the Southland this year. Aaliyah, what excites you about that? Being able to show off what you guys have worked on a national stage in that way, in these fun environments against really impressive teams.
Playing big teams in general always excite me because they're being at a P4 team. They play at a different pace, different level, and it kind of prepares us for the season. It really helps us out. So I'm just excited just to visit these places, play these teams, and see what our team can do when we face adversity.
All right, Aaliyah, I'll end with a fun question. If you have the aux cord at practice, what are you playing? And if coach has the aux cord, what music is she turning on?
I'm a team player, so I'll probably play NBA Youngboy because the whole team loves NBA Youngboy. Coach P, what would Coach P play?
Grace.
Yeah, she probably would play Gracie's Corner because her children. Definitely Gracie's Corner.
Oh, I love it. Well, we'll have to stop by at practice, and maybe we can get on the aux and play a couple of our songs to hype you up for practice. But we're excited to watch you play this year. It should be a really, really fun season. So excited to see what you can do yet again at Oklahoma State to open the season up, and excited to see what you can do this year. We appreciate you coming on to join us and finishing the day off for us.
Of course. Thank
you.
you.
Well, it's been a very fun few hours here talking about Southland women's hoops. I've had a good time doing it with you, and glad we got to talk to